Okay, so essentially what we're going to do today is literally bring you behind the scenes to show you the exact 4-step conveyor belt that we use in our own online health and fitness business, JG Physique. It does multiple 6-figure months inside that business and did a record month of 292K last month, 2022. So we're showing you exactly what we do in our own business so you can do it too, and also how we've helped hundreds of fitness professionals do exactly the same. As you know, what we're doing here is showing you exactly how we've done this for hundreds of fitness professionals as well as ourselves, achieved our first 5, 10, 15, 20, 50K plus month inside their online health and fitness business. So we've helped quite a few people. And the beautiful thing about this is we've literally shown them exactly what we're doing. And that's why they can get pretty quick results as opposed to taste and trend mentors that you see out there in the industry. So what I want you to do, if you can, is just literally grab a pen and paper today so you can really understand ultimately what I'm saying, so you can take it away, use it, and smash it moving forward. Any distractions, just block it off right now. Really give me your time, and more importantly, yourself. And I'm 100% know this is going to give you the benefit and value you want inside your business moving forward. So ultimately, I always like to answer this, like, what gives me the right to talk about what I'm talking about right now? Who am I? So my name is James Goff, like AJ introduced. I'm the owner of JG Physique and also JG Consultancy. We also have 6 other companies and a charity, but they're not very relevant to you. So I'll just talk about the 2 that are relevant. I'm only 27 and we've got 35 plus STEM members inside our organization. And as AJ said, we're one of the largest companies in Europe for online health and fitness coaching. As I say, you know, the record month that we did last month for 83% profitability, which is pretty unknown at that scale. So ultimately, we've been doing multiple 6 figures inside our own online health and fitness business since 2020. And lastly, for the last 3 years, we've been helping fitness professionals now actually do that as well. So just to give you a little bit of insight, I used to be a full-time athlete pushing towards the Olympics in 2016. I was with Team GB rowing. So being a 6'6" big ginger guy, I was scouted for rowing, and that's where I went down. That was my dream, and actually lost it all in 2015 when I got glandular fever, strep, lice, and Lyme's disease. They left me bedbound in hospital for over 2 years, taking 55 plus tablets every single day. And unfortunately, I got caught. I lost my dream. They pulled me out, got lost my funding, everything. It was done. And that's where I had to pivot. And that's why I created my own online health and fitness business in a hospital bed in 2015. And that's where it all started. And what, 7, 8 years later, we're now one of the largest online health and fitness companies in Europe. So that's where we came about 3 years ago. We were like, look, we pretty much cracked the code here. We know exactly how to grow efficient, effective, sustainable online health and fitness businesses. Why the hell are we doing this for other fitness professionals? And people used to come in and say, well, why are you adding more competition? Why are you doing this? Why? And the simple answer was that there's so many people to go around, and we simply can't cover everyone. So that's ultimately why we created JG Consultancy, in helping people grow their online health and fitness business the validated, vetted way of what's working right now in the marketplace, not last year. That's the beautiful thing and how we feed it back to our students every single day. So that's a little bit about me. This is what we're bringing to you today, is understanding the conveyor belt. I really want you guys to grasp this. So there's 4 stages to it. And the reason why we call it a conveyor belt is because it's purely formula, it's purely science in actually generating these high ticket clients inside your business, and understanding the moving parts that we need to manage, monitor, and assess through data to understand how we can make it efficient. Okay, so it's a machine that attracts, nurtures, and sells people into your high ticket program. There's 4 stages that we're going to cover today. And it's ultimately showing you exactly organically how to achieve that first 5, 10, 15, or even 50K plus 6-figure month inside your online health and fitness business before actually having to use any complicated ads or sales funnels. This is really, really important. And people ask us, well, are you doing ads? Are you doing organic? What are you guys doing? And in truth, we're doing everything, because ultimately you don't turn ads on without mastering organic, and neither do you ever substitute it, because it's a fantastic vessel for long-term sustainable growth. Inside our business, we do upward of 175K contracted revenue organically every single month. So we'll never turn it off or systemize it. And that's what I want to teach you guys today as well. Super, super important. So the first mistake, I'm going to talk about each 4 pillars of the conveyor belt, the mistakes that people typically make, and the solutions that you need to do so you can actually achieve success moving forward. Okay, any questions, let me know. We'll rock and roll. So the first mistake, as most of you will now know, if you're established online coaches, we already know this, is pushing low ticket services or unvalidated offers inside the marketplace. So we all know about low ticket and high ticket at this stage. I know this group is fairly well versed and everything else, which is great, but it's more so validation as well. It's understanding the supply and demand of audiences and offers, because this is where so many people go wrong. They enter the high ticket world, they charge a huge high ticket number, but it's got no synergy to its audience. And therefore, a lot of rejection, and the conversion percentage, the closing rate, is pretty naff. This is where we need to understand your economics, a highly profitable online fitness business, and also the supply and demand of your marketplace. This is a very, very common mistake that people make, therefore not really making much inside their business. So stage one, like I say, is understanding the economics, understanding the supply and demand of your offer and your marketplace. Building that irresistible offer, more so that results mechanism that takes the individual from A to B. And that is what they're investing here. Remember, they're investing in a solution. It is an end result that they're investing, not the journey, okay? When you play the feature game with your consumers here, they devalue your service immediately, okay? So it's all about positioning this results mechanism from A to B. And all of you are fantastic coaches, okay? You're world-class in what you do. You know how to deliver the result. And ultimately, let's use Doris as an example, who's now got unshakable levels of body confidence. She's now sleeping with her husband again. She's now chasing the kids around. That's a higher level premium results that you guys provide, as opposed to 10 pounds of weight loss and an Excel spreadsheet. Hopefully you understand that's positioning, it's create a results mechanism, an offer that's irresistible to your marketplace. Then when we marry up the high ticket offer and the back end offer for it, that's when we can start to drive high profit margins inside your business. This is just the first stage, moving forward. Mistake number two, this is very, very common. With lead generation, it's the biggest question I get all the time. James, leads, I can't get enough leads. I'm struggling all the time. What are you doing? Biggest mistake that we see when it comes to stage two is that people are just posting random and broad content, hoping for anyone to reach out and slide into their DMs and ask about their services. Let me know if you guys can relate to this in the comment section down below. This is super, super common, okay? This is what we see, just posting random content, hoping and praying for someone to slide in. And what that's doing is causing roller coaster, yo-yo months inside your business. No predictability whatsoever, okay? So the real solution here in stage two, okay, this is what we like to call creating the in phase to the whole conveyor belt, right? It's actually through laser focused authority attraction. You have your perfect avatars raising their hands, filtering warm and ready into your inbox. But then that's fused with authentic and proven outbound messages. I am not talking about copy and paste DMs that create and piss off your audience, okay? I'm not talking about that. So completely else, okay? So it's when we fuse the two of these together and they work in synergy together, this creates a flurry of opportunity, okay, that moves into stage three, okay? And the stage three is being actually unable to convert these leads that you do get actually onto sales calls and discovery calls moving forward. So if I ask 90% of all of you right now, actually, what does your sales call calendar look right now? How many calls have you got on the calendar for tomorrow with prospects? Because this is the key thing. Actually knowing the art of Messenger Masterclass here. We've got two different classes here. We're talking searching for an in and then bridging into spin. Okay, these are two sequences we've created over our last 7 years of mastering this inside our own online health and fitness business. Okay, these are going to convert your leads into sales call opportunities. We cannot close a deal. We cannot close a high ticket client into your business without having a sales call on the calendar. Yeah, and we can't have that sales call on the calendar without having a conversation initially. That's why if you rely on authority attraction alone, you're going to be caught up stuck here, big time. So it's really important to understand that. People in the comments may be like, oh, I don't want to be sending DMs all the time and DMs and DMs. There's a huge difference here between spammy DMs, which are copy and paste, you know, salesy, and authentic proven messaging. There's a huge difference between the two. Huge difference. And that's what we've got to learn here. Okay, moving forward. Really important. Mistake number 4, okay, we're into the final stages here. Okay, being actually unable to convert these sales calls into high paying clients, where you find yourself scraping the barrel and lowering your prices every single month to just survive and generate any sort of form of business to grow momentum moving forward. Let me know if you guys can relate to this. This is a big one. The downsell, okay? Rushing into a mid offer or a back end offer, okay? Let me know if you can relate to this. Or it damages your margins every single month, okay? This is a game changer, massive game changer. I'm so excited to bring this to you guys today, okay? Learning the art of NEPQ, okay? NEPQ is neuro-emotional persuasive questioning, where you know exactly what questions to ask in the right sequential order. It's going to get your prospects persuading themselves as opposed to you persuading them. Why is this important? Okay, gone are the days of Wolf of Wall Street where we back people into a corner and tell them to buy our products and services. It doesn't work. It creates resistance. It creates sales pressure. People don't like it. They want to hop off the call. It's your ability to hold the mirror up and enable your prospects to persuade themselves, which is really key. And my famous saying to this is that we are not product pushers. We are problem finders and problem solvers. People pay you a lot of money to solve high level problems. Keep remembering that. Keep remembering that. Good stuff. So what I'm going to do throughout this, okay, is give you live examples of our students and how it was relevant to them and how we fixed it. So hopefully you can take little things from them and put it into your own business moving forward. So number one here, we've got Munir. Okay, so big thing with him in stage one, remember building the offer, irresistible offer, having synergy to actually understand the economics inside his business. Okay, he didn't have this before. He was struggling since 2018 to get past that 2 to 3K monthly run rate. So he's trying to really push through, but he couldn't break through. Okay, so what he was doing is pushing low ticket. He's charging £150 per month. Now, I gather a lot of you are past this. You understand about high ticket. You have maybe a more mid conservative offer that in place. But he's pushing £150 a month, and he's had to get 33 new clients every single month to generate that 5K. So he's really training his time for money. He was underselling himself, didn't understand about packaging an irresistible offer and also positioning it in a way where people would be able to easily justify ultimately the investment, not the cost, right? This is actually where we actually built synergy to his audience, his offer. Actually built that first high ticket offer in at 1,300, which is still very conservative for his niche, which was actually helping anxious, insecure guys build muscle in the United States. That was his niche. And actually 4 new clients in his first month, he generated 5.2K. He actually went on to do 14K later in his first month with us. 14K sold, you can see on the right hand side here, and then 12K collected, which is pretty cool. Now he does consistent 20K months inside his business, and he's looking to push on from here. So we went from 2K to 14K just from our offer repositioning. This is really key. This is the first thing I'd look at for all of you guys, is that's the foundations. Are the foundations truly set before we look at the intricate parts of messaging, scripts, sequences, inputs, all that stuff, the back end sexy stuff needs to be targeted once we've got the foundation. I challenge you, have you got the right foundation first? Is it truly the right offer and the right audience for it to actually grow efficiently moving forward? Because if it isn't, cracks will emerge and it will point back to actually growing from the ground up. The simple thing is we've got to build a car for you to enter the race. And if we haven't built that car, we're going to get left behind. This is really important, guys. This is a cool one. Andrew, he smashed it here, big time. Okay, so authority attraction, remember lead generation mechanisms here. Okay, this is really important. So Andrew transitioned from the gym floor in Ireland to creating a multiple 6-figure online health and fitness business. Super, super cool. Great story. So this is the key thing to understand over this authority attraction. It's the ability to prime your ecosystem with a flurry of connection requests, accepts, inbound messages from them just organically, okay? The ability to raise your ideals, the perfect client's ideal hand up and let them fall into you with new connections, messages moving forward. Now, like I said before, it's really, really important to understand. If you rely on this alone, you're going to fail. And I don't say that lightly, okay? With the marketplace the way it is in 2022, it's fiercely competitive. The consumers are getting smarter. The marketplace is becoming more competitive. The more content you're pushing, you're just competing against a greater audience. You need to understand this. Marketplace is changing all the time. Okay, so you have to fuse this with validated, authentic messaging that can create the in that I keep talking about here. The in is where ultimately we can move into your second sequence scripting, which is ultimately going to book calls left, right, and center for you onto your calendar moving forward. Okay, you can't simply just go up to someone and say, "Can you buy my services? Are you interested in this? Have you got any health and fitness goals?" That's lazy, crappy messaging, quite frankly. You need bespoke, blueprinted sequence scripting that's going to create ultimately in opportunities for you to navigate into those conversations, those authentic way. Okay. The key thing for you to understand with this is the quicker you can generate like, know, and trust, that becomes so effortless. So we've got to teach ultimately how we do that and how we maneuver those ideal clients into your inbox and book those calls. Okay. This is what he grasped really, really quickly. And with our systems that we put in place, we had no lead generation before, no systems, no scripting, nothing. He went in the space of 6 months to doing 120K contracted in 6 months, which is awesome. From no sales online whatsoever, nothing, just an in-person gym in Ireland to go and smashing that like you see on the bottom right-hand screen. Now he has the tools and systems to just rinse and repeat this, build a team, and then automate and systemize it for a team underneath him now. That's the beautiful thing. So now he has that organic conveyor belt system that ultimately is proven and is modified as the marketplace adapts, which is super, super important. Moving on to Chris and Dave, this is an interesting one because they really, really struggled. They got leads, but could never convert them. into calls. Let me know if you guys can relate to this. If you're in that sort of weird situation where you get leads, you can't convert them onto sales calls. It's quite an interesting one. But they were really financial struggles. These guys are from the US. They were struggling like literally 6 weeks ago before they joined us, struggling to get anyone on the phone. So also Messenger Masterclass, it's the ability to then transition from searching for an in into a fluid spin sequence. This is what we call it. To actually turn them from cold individuals into warm, very interested in your service, how you can deliver this result. Just know what to say and when to say in Messenger that's going to create that authentic attraction to booking calls. Positioning and framing, exactly knowing what to say, scripting, when people pull you in different directions, knowing how to move it back onto the frame, what to say at any given stage to navigate through Messenger. When people ask me what is the greatest skill for a business owner who wears every single hat inside their business, okay, the greatest skill I honestly believe is this. If you're a world-class messenger, and I'm going to come on to data entry points for you guys, if you're a world-class messenger, you will succeed in business in this industry. It's a fantastic skill set to have. This is what's so important, the framing, scripting, and manual that ultimately controls the frame of these conversations for you, where you're seen as the trusted advisor, okay, not a salesman. This is really important, okay? This is creating predictability for you moving forward. I'm going to talk about data points moving forward when it comes to this. I'm going to go into a little bit more detail. Let me know if you want to know more about inputs, calls booked, conversion percentage, KPIs specifically that you need to be hitting to grow a very successful, highly profitable business. Let me know if you want me to do an extension on that at the end. If you can let me know in the comment section if you want me to give you those KPIs, let me know. So yeah, they came in and literally from the scripting systems that we designed and gave them in stage 3, look what they did. 44 calls booked in 55 days, that's brutal. 11K made in 6 weeks, huge, from literally zero, from nothing. Now has that conveyor belt system which produces predictability and abundance of sales calls. They understand that they cannot make a high ticket client without sales calls. This is imperative for any person, but especially for them. They went from 1 to 2K a month to 7K plus every single month, which is pretty cool. So moving on to stage 4, like we said about NEPQ, this is the holy grail. This is so important. And these lads that you can see in front of them, Brad, Abby, Lee, and Andrew, they were all struggling with this. They were getting surplus of leads. They cracked the code. Their bottleneck was falling to stage 4. They weren't able to close them over the line. Ultimately, they had very, very regimented scripts that they were reading off. They weren't able to actually close the deal. They were getting objections like, I haven't got the money. I need to think about it. Actually, I need to speak to my partner. I'm not too sure if this is the right time. And constantly, they found themselves a way of navigating through that. They were lowering their prices all the time and eventually getting ghosted and let me need to think about it. Very, very common. Effortless enrollment is simply understanding that NEPQ, that neuro-emotional persuasive questioning, okay? It's the ability for you to really show up as the doctor here. I want you to understand this. When you go into the doctors and you sit down and you tell the doctor, look, I'm not feeling too good. I've got this going on and this going on. The doctor's going to listen. He just listens and listens. And at the end, he then gives you your medicine, doesn't he? When does the patient ever turn around to the doctor and say, you know what, doc, I don't think I'm going to take the medicine. I'm going to go somewhere else. When does that ever happen? Yeah. So it's that positioning that we need to have it as that doctor frame moving forward, that ultimately you are here to listen hard and listen skilled questions moving forward that positions them into closing themselves into your program. This is so authentic sales. This isn't sales. This is serving. And the more you can have that mindset moving forward, guys, of serving, not selling, and solving problems, and then finding solutions to those problems, you're going to make a lot of money online. This is really important, okay? And ultimately, your prospects are going to thank you at the end of these calls for empowering them in leading them ultimately to change their lives. This is so important. Like so many times, we've had prospects that have come in, even on the discovery call, they've gone, wow, what an experience. You've done that before, haven't you? Yeah? So we're coming through this position of writing the right questions at the right time, in the right sequence to enable them to persuade themselves, okay? So it's not where they're coming and saying, oh, what's the cost? It's, I'm ready to invest in myself, okay? Objection handling is another big one. Let me know if you want to know about that stuff. That's an extension on this as well. Comment section can go through all of that with you today as well if you find that value. Good stuff. Right, so you see these guys, they were struggling big time. I'm just going to throw some examples at you, literally from the scripting systems we gave you. I mean, like Brad making his first sale, 1.1K sale. This was years ago now. So, Abby, generating numerous sales at his new high ticket offer from literally doing nothing before. Lee going on to do 21K. That was a couple of years ago in November from literally nothing. Andrew going and doing 60K in his first 30 days inside the Fit Pro Accelerator, which you can see on the left-hand side of the screen. Now he produces comfortably 80K plus months inside his business consistently because he has frameworks, systems that are vetted and validated in the marketplace. They work today, not last year. This is really important to understand. Because ultimately, if you're using systems and frameworks from 2 years ago or last year or even last month, they're outdated. You need to follow the marketplace and ultimately where that's flowing to understand how to manipulate systems, frameworks to keep on top of the curve. This is really important. That's why people come to us, because we are their shield in our own online health and fitness business. Good stuff. So just in summary here, just so we can round this up, just so you're really clear on these 4 steps, okay? First one, build that high ticket offer, that irresistible offer, that synergy between offer and audience, supply and demand, okay, to your audience, not a mass model here. Your audience is different to everyone else. We've got to really understand how it's relevant to you. When we have that foundation and vessel, we can then move into stage 2, which is your lead generation mechanism. This is your authority attraction, your proven messaging outbound. Once we've validated your offer past 5K, 6K, 7K, then we can fuse inbound traffic from advertisements, but we only want to do that then when we've validated the offer, okay? We can amplify things when we've validated, we understand that it's profitable. $1 in, $3 out. This is really important to understand, okay? What's the most important thing in business, guys? It's the bottom right-hand corner of your balance sheet. Profit, okay? You see all these people do big contracted months. What's their profitability? That's what I care about. And that's what I care about for you guys. What are you actually taking home at the end of the day? Really important. Okay, we want to run profitable, lean businesses moving forward. Stage 3, learning how we fuse those leads that we're generating now into sales calls moving forward. The holy crux of business moving forward. So important. Okay, then into stage 4, NEPQ, converting those people into high ticket clients. Then we're into stage 5, fulfillment. I don't worry about fulfillment with you guys. You're all world-class coaches. You know how to coach, you know how to get results. It's opportunity that ultimately we need to amplify moving forward. This is a proven system and framework that we're rinsing and repeating moving forward.